get started. It is July 14th, and by the time spring break starts, March 6th, I must become the ultimate camper. Attend me and watch my progression into becoming the camper. Since we last met, I did make progress in a few departments. Firstly, I got a shirt that fits. Secondly, I went ahead and made an actual fire pit using some scraps that I found around my backyard. Just bricks surrounding a hole. I've yet to cook any beans or make any tea, but we'll get to that in the future. Then I had to approach one of my main issues. What good is a fire pit without any wood to burn within it? My stock of firewood was honestly like the Charlie Brown Christmas tree of firewood. Yeah. And I've intimated in the past that it's really freaking hard to get firewood from where I am. So, after doing a bit of online research, I figured that I should build a firewood rack. Firewood racks are good for storing and seasoning your firewood to make it burn better, to make it burn cleaner, and basically have some nice firewood. I went ahead and got the idea in my mind, and I hunkered down and started planning. First, I went ahead and found some paper to draw on so that I could sketch up a blueprint. Any piece of trash paper would do. Yeah, I found some trash old sheet music. It'll work. The plan was essentially to create a rack that keeps the firewood directly off the ground to prevent it from getting moisture and rotting. Have a cover that will keep water and rain from falling down on it and making it rot. We are creating a sort of little home, a rack, if you will, for our firewood. It was getting a little late, and I did not want to have to record in the dark. So, the following day, I woke up at 12:37, ripping and raring to go. First, I needed to go ahead and cut up some wood to the lengths that I needed to build this rack. Cutting out the floorboards was pretty straightforward. Then came the sidebars. I tried using manual measuring. Evidently, I'm really terrible at it. Next, it was time for assembly. I needed something to serve as lashings to hold all of these pieces of wood together. I went right behind my shed and gathered some of South Carolina's state flower, yellow jasmine. The vines are very predominant everywhere, and the flowers bloom around summertime. Now, in harvesting these vines, I'm not much hurting the ecology of the area because of how parasitic and pervasive this plant is in South Carolina. So I was able to do that with a pretty clear conscience, stripping the leaves without a doubt in my mind that I was doing what was right. Next, with my lashings complete, I went about the task of assembling the rack. And after a little while, voila! Okay, I know it looks bad. I know, you don't have to tell me. I'm the one who made it. But just go with me on this one, all right? We're not done. All right, bear with me. Here we go. Let's keep on going. I had to find a tarp, something to serve as a roof so that I could cover this rack and protect its contents from the weather. Found this lying around. Looked like it'd work. Now my rack is complete. And look, I know it still looks a little stupid, but it's normal size and it's fully functional. This is camping. This isn't fashion galore, all right? We're out here in the trenches, in the camping trenches, in my own backyard. Go ahead and check yourself before you go on and judge my struggles. The point is, the whole thing would look better with actual firewood in it. I went ahead and found a log to chop and a woodcutter's axe and started hacking away. I felt like damn Paul Bunyan. And like Paul Bunyan, I found a little babe. This is some sort of wood-boring beetle's larva. They are pretty harmless. They just like to go into the wood and eat and dig around until they turn into little beetles. Unfortunately, I evicted this guy and I needed a place to put him, of course. I didn't just want to throw him into the woods. So I went ahead and gave him a view up on the fence right next to the bird feeder in case he wanted to make a few friends. And with all of that, I was done. Upon reflection, one of the main things that I learned during this project is that, of course, nothing ever goes exactly to plan. The blueprint, I don't even know why I drew up that blueprint. I didn't go by it at all. Totally, whatever. Anyway, things don't always go to plan. However, with a bit of ingenuity, a good camper can always find a solution. I learned about firewood. I learned about bugs. I learned about South Carolina's native plants. And all of these things have connected me more to my culture and to nature around me. In the future, I'm going to need a tent. I want to go ahead and try burning some wood in my new fire pit, cooking that can of beans, making that pot of tea, and spending a night amongst the sticks and the trees and the stars. Thank you for joining me. We learned a lot, and I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I hope you will join me next time on my quest to become the camper.